Man, what's going on, world? Driving to work right now, and I need to debunk a lot of these false narratives that's going on in the NFL right now. I mean, some of these narratives include Jimmy Garoppolo shouldn't be in the MVP conversation. No, I'm not saying he is the MVP, but he should definitely be in the conversation, and I'll get to that in a minute. And stuff like the Ravens are the runaway best team in the NFL. When didn't my 49ers come to Baltimore? Yeah, we lost, but they didn't blow us out. Like, it was a 3-point game. Like, that's not running away with anything. That's just saying that, hey, that game could have been a coin toss. But anyway, let's first talk about my man Jimmy G. What a game he had against a New Orleans team that's hungry, that were at home in the Superdome, which we already know, going to the Superdome and beating that team, hard task. A team that's definitely trying to make some noise because, you know, Drew Brees is on his last leg and they want to make up for last year's miscalled debacle. You know what I'm saying? So they definitely playing hard and trying to make it right. And yesterday's game was definitely a classic. But like I said, let's get to it. Jimmy Garoppolo had 4 touchdowns. He had 1 interception that went through a receiver's hands. You know, it is what it is. An interception is an interception. I'm not going to say who could have done this and whatever. It was still a turnover. But my man had 4 touchdowns, 300-plus yards. Very, very efficient QB rating. Led his team on a game-winning drive. Yeah, Kittle did most of the work, but at the end of the day, somebody got to throw Kittle the ball, right? Like, he's not just getting the ball by himself. And the kicker, of course, has to do his job, because if kickers, as we know, Seattle, if kickers don't do their job, the game can go the other way. Just is what it is. So I have a couple of friends, you know, that want to bring up who's in the MVP battle. I think Lamar Jackson right now is the runaway MVP. I'll give you that. He's the runaway MVP because he's doing it like nobody else has done it before. But after that, you can put up, I don't know, Russell Wilson did just lay a donut. Not a donut, but he laid an egg against the Rams. And it's not like he dominated us when he played us. You know what I'm saying? He didn't dominate us. It came down to we missed a field goal. And they made one. Like, yeah. But anyway, Jimmy Garoppolo definitely should be mentioned amongst those that are in the MVP battle. Especially if you're going to put Aaron Rodgers in that mix too. And here's my reasoning. Aaron Rodgers compared to Jimmy Garoppolo this year, I'm not talking about all time, not talking about what Aaron has done for the league over the past, 10, 12 years or what have you. I'm talking about right now. Jimmy Garoppolo has more touchdowns, more yards per game. What else he got? Better QBR and more game-winning drives. And not to mention, head-to-head, wasn't that a 37-8 blowout that Jimmy G served up to Aaron Rodgers? I mean, I can understand. I mean, I know defense played a big part of that, but 8 points? Come on now. That was A-Rod stinking up the joint. That's what that was. It wasn't A-Rod playing like A-Rod. It was A-Rod stinking up the joint. So Jimmy, in theory, had a better game. Not in theory. Jimmy factually had a better game. And aside from the interceptions, yeah, Jimmy's thrown 11 interceptions to A-Rod's, 2 or 3? But Jimmy statistically is having a better year than Aaron Rodgers. But yet Aaron Rodgers is in the MVP vote. Either you're going to take Aaron Rodgers out of the MVP vote or out of the MVP ranks, which means that Jimmy won't be there. Or if you put him in there, then Jimmy has to be right there above him. Better record, won a head-to-head matchup, better stats, minus interceptions. So there's that. Like, it is what it is. Like, you can't debate what numbers say. You know what I'm saying? And there's a better completion percentage. Did I mention that? Better completion percentage than Aaron Rodgers. I forgot that. So there's that on Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Garoppolo. So yes, Jimmy G, as of today, should be mixed in with that MVP vote. Now, like I said, Lamar's going to win it. Lamar should win it. Like, I'm not taking anything away from Lamar because Lamar did beat us. Barely, but he did beat us. Here's the thing about y'all Ravens. Let's talk about that runaway, quote-unquote, best team in the NFL that everybody's saying is the Ravens. Listen, Chiefs beat y'all. The Chiefs beat y'all. The Chiefs just beat the Patriots. Don't give me no refs did this, refs did. I don't want to hear that nonsense. Refs make mistakes in every game. It is what it is. Chiefs beat y'all. You know who else beat y'all? The Browns. And they didn't just beat y'all, they beat the brakes off of y'all. Wasn't it 40-25 or something like that? They beat y'all. And y'all got them coming up again. But yeah, y'all want to talk about runaway best team. You know who we lost to? Seattle Seahawks, contender. Baltimore Ravens, the quote-unquote runaway best team in the league. And we didn't, and combined 6 points. 5 or 6.0. I know it's 6 points, something like that. But who we have beat? We beat Drew Brees. We beat Aaron Rodgers. Right? Those are two of the best all-time quarterbacks. We ain't putting Lamar on an all-time status yet. We beat all-time greats. All-time. That show up in the clutch. That show up here and there. You know what I'm saying? So don't give me that, oh, the Ravens are the runaway best team. If anything, you have the Ravens slightly number one because they beat us. And then we're number two. And then there's everybody else. I definitely want a collision course with the Ravens because you know how I feel about the Ravens. You know I want that that makeup game, that do-over, because we were fingertips away from winning that one. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's just my 2 cents. I don't care who believes what, who thinks what, blah, blah, blah. But like I said, if you are statistically having a better year than somebody and that somebody's also in the MVP race, then you should be there too. And I'm not saying he should win MVP. I'm not even saying that Garoppolo is the best player on our offense, because we all know George Kittle is that. We know that. Like it's not hard to see. And get this, when we lost when we lost to the Seahawks, we didn't have George Kittle. We lost Emmanuel Sanders in the first half, and we still lost by a field goal that we could have made. I'm saying could have for reasons, obviously. But like I said, go Niners. Second best team in the league, but the number one ain't running away with it. We're like right there with them. I'm talking about right there with them. And Jimmy G should be in that mention for MVP. He should get a vote or two. I'm sorry, he should. He should get a vote or two. Having a better season than Aaron Rodgers, and hey, he's getting a vote. Beat him head to head, right? More touchdowns, more passing yards, passes per game, better QBR. More game-winning drives, better completion percentage. You make the call. But anyway, I just wanted y'all to know that. And yes, I'm driving safe. My phone is safely mounted. And I'm out. Number one team in the NFC right now, baby. Looks like the road to the Super Bowl is going through San Francisco. And I'll leave that there.